Hey friends, Jeff here with mixpractice.com and missionmusician.com. Have another 31 mix tips in 31 days coming at you, so let's jump in. All right, and so in this video, I want to talk about processing your effect sends. Okay, so I know a lot of you guys out there don't have the money to buy a $500 reverb plugin, right? Or a $300 delay. So sometimes we have to make use of the stock plugins that we have to work with. That doesn't mean we can't get a good sound out of them. Sometimes we just have to work a little harder to achieve that good sound. And one of the ways we can do that is by using plugins to simulate other sounds, or to enhance the sounds that we have. So I've set up a stock reverb right here, Deverb, and let's kind of set a vocal sound for the reverb, and then let's try to process it a little differently. All right, maybe a plate, and maybe a medium plate with some pre-delay. Someday. Let me bypass the delay for right now. Someday they will see that you're real. Whatever I do, whatever I say, let it please you, Jesus. My heart's renewed, I live a new day. Okay, so it doesn't sound horrible. It sounds okay, right? So let's make it sound a little bit better. Let's try putting some EQ after it and maybe rolling off the low end and rolling off the high end, so we're just left with the mids. All right, so let's go. Someday they will see that you're real. Whatever I do, whatever I say, let it please. All right, so that already sounds better. Let's try rolling off some high end. Someday they will see that you're real. Whatever I do, whatever I say, let it please you, Jesus. My heart's renewed, I live a new day, and it's all for you, Jesus. My faith gives hope of your undying love. All right, so it's a little bit cleaner. Let's say we wanted it a little bit wider. Well, we can grab a stock. Let's see here. Where is it? A stock plugin, a stereo width plugin, and we can make it wider. Someday they will see that you're real. Whatever I do, whatever I say. Okay, so that pushes it out wider. All right, let's kind of set the level in the track. Let's see here. Someday they will see that you're real. Whatever I do, whatever I say, let it please you, Jesus. My heart's renewed, I live a new day, and it's all for you, Jesus. Okay, so we can process, we can apply some processing to our stock reverbs and our stock delays to make them sound better. Let's mess with the delay now. Let's say I wanted to go for kind of maybe a tape delay sound. So a tape delay sound is a little bit darker. So how I'd probably start is I could throw Slate Digital's VTM on there. It's a tape emulation. But if I only have stock plugins to work with, well, what can I use then? Well, we can go to something like Lo-Fi in Pro Tools and pull up tape saturation. Now, the downside to using this plugin And the one reason that I don't like to use this plugin, I like the sound of it, but I cannot control the output of it. Okay, so it's going to get louder. So that's okay. We can adjust our send, but let's see what this does here.
Someday they will see that you're real. Whatever I do, whatever I say, let it please you, Jesus.
Okay, so that dirties it up a little bit. We can grab a distortion plugin. Let's go to harmonic and let's just choose air distortion. And the key here is to set the mix right. We can turn the drive up and maybe just add just a little bit of mix in here.
Someday they will see that you're real. Whatever I do, whatever I say, let it please you, Jesus. My heart's renewed, I live a new day, and it's all for you, Jesus. My faith gives hope of your undying love. All that I do and all that I am, it's all for you, Jesus. Someday they will see that you're real. Whatever I do, whatever I say, let it please you, Jesus.
Right, so we can dirty it up, and we can actually even dirty it up more than that.
Someday they will see that you're real.
So that's kind of cool. I dig that. Or we can, let's see, we can just use a simple EQ. And again, we can roll off the highs and lows and kind of get the tone that we're after.
Someday they will see that you're real. Whatever I do, whatever I say, let it please you, Jesus.
We can maybe go for like an AM effect, an AM type of delay here, where we boost this up.
Someday they will see that you're real.
Right? So we can do all kinds of things to our delays and our reverbs to make them sound different, to make them sound better. So if you haven't tried applying an EQ, a stereo widener, distortion, flanger, chorus after a reverb or after a delay, experiment with that, because you can come up with some really, really cool sounds, especially with distortion. You can really come up with some neat sounds. Okay, so that's it for today. We are almost through this 31 days, or 31 mix tips in 31 days. I'll be coming at you again tomorrow. If you like these type of videos, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you tomorrow.